to you live from Get Your Hands Off My Penis. It's time for Destiny Down Under.
G'day and welcome to this very special 174th episode of the Destiny Down Under podcast. I, as every week, am joined by the Law Hobbit himself, Mylan motherfucking Games in the house. Look at him. You look very youthful today. Me and Sass were talking about it while you were streaming. It's a weird thing to be talking about a dude looking youthful, but you're looking youthful.
No. Firstly, being on a health kick. Secondly, I've trained 2 weeks in a row back to Muay Thai, so feeling good. Thirdly, cut dairy out of the diet. Fourthly, I've gone vegan. No, I don't know about that.
Have you actually cut dairy out of your diet?
Yeah.
Wow. What about cheese?
Mate, don't have it.
I'm shook. I'm shook. How can you not have cheese? That makes no sense. Like, what do you live for?
Oh, dude, I don't know. Look, This is the mantra, right? No, everyone's making fun of me, chat. This is
No,
the mantra.
wait, we're not making fun of him because honestly, I knew none of this shit before I asked him right then, and he does look like he looks like $1 million. Look at him, look at his face. And I'm sitting over here like a pudgy alcoholic, so cut the cunt some slack, okay? Oh, that's 1 minute in, we're dropping C-bombs. It's going to be a great episode, ladies and gentlemen.
No, the mantra at the moment, because I'm getting married to a girl, is
humble brag.
Oi, Chan, who's married, lol. Oh, this podcast ready. Oh, now I forgot the motto. Get in shred for the wed in Feb. Get shred for the wed in Feb. Wedding's next year, February. You guys are all invited. Danny doesn't know yet. I live stream it from my phone.
We're going to
be in my pocket.
DDU, I'll be the celebrant. Do you fuckwit take this, Sheila? To be your awfully wedded wife. Oh, man.
Oh, there we go.
It's a fucking weird day, man. It's a weird day.
I'm in
a weird mood too. It's been a big week, as every week has been of late. And I saw the TWAB yesterday, and there's literally fucking nothing of substance in it. And whenever I get TWABs like this, it makes me panic about the DDU. I'm like, what are we going to talk about for an hour and a half? And
then we realize this is our best time to shine.
Yeah, this is when we do our best work. And I thought, well, we kind of need a co-conspirator, because when there's nothing to talk about and me and Maddie are left to our own devices, fuck knows where we end up. But what we decided to do is something we did ages ago, and I've been grappling with the technicalities of it, setting it all back up again. But we've set it up so that this week our guest is you. It's anyone who wants to jump into the Discord, !Discord in the chat, and you can join us on the show, and we'll have a chat to you. And we're going to talk about Destiny. We're going to talk about anything and everything you want. That's a dangerous precedent, but you know how it is. So if you want to jump in and have a chat, you can jump into that Discord, jump into the waiting room, and we've got Sassy. We've got Sassy waiting in the wings. He's going to be our kind of like maestro of getting everyone sorted out and involved and all of that sort of stuff. So I'm not sure if he wants to I'm going to unmute him, actually.
I ain't fucking afraid to swing the banhammer, cunt.
I mute him again.
Yeah, that'll do.
Just open the door. Oh, Jesus, close the door again. There's a monster in there.
No. So we're going to have a bit of...
through Sassy first. You got to get through that first.
you got to talk to Sass. I think Jugs is going to be lurking in there as well. He's a much more dangerous character than Sass.
Danger.
You're going to need to be on your best behavior. And honestly, if you're a fuckwit, we're just going to rip you apart and dump you from the call. So please behave yourselves, hey? But what we might do is quickly blow through the TWAB because there's not all that much in it. There's a lot of telegraphing awesome things to come. But as for news that affects us immediately, literally 3/5 of jack shit. So we'll jump right into that. Do we need to do the how's your week been? How's your week been? It's been good, on it.
Streams have been
My
going
week's been
fantastic.
great. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, thanks. Good.
All right.
Close.
I'm going to head over.
Yeah, now that you are. Right. I'll fucking head you over.
Week's been good. Streams have been going great. Tarkov Wipe is out, so I've been playing Tarkov a bit. So that's been fantastic. PhD, not so good. I think they're correlated. As the streams get better, the PhD seems to go down. I got my article that I've been trying to have submit forever.
Yep.
Got it back. I only have to do major revisions and they might accept it.
Oh.
It's better than a no. It's better than a no.
I can work with
I'll
that.
take it.
Says
I'll
Mylan Games. I
take
can
it.
fucking work with that.
I'll take it. Major revisions. Yoink.
The only thing we want to see changed is everything. The good news is it's only one thing. It's just the whole thing.
Just change this. What are you pointing to? Just change this.
We were impressed by the
Pointing to
heading.
whole paper.
We were impressed by the heading of it, and then after that, it all went downhill. So everything after the heading, if you could just change it completely, that would be great. I do reports for a living for work, and I feel that pain quite acutely. It is shit.
Yeah. No, that actually was a feedback. It's like we like the premise, we like the study. Rewrite it.
Big sad, as Senshi would say. Big sad. All right, so let's. What did I do this week? Satisfactory, I guess. Still getting my house fixed from being a moron and flooding it. So there's that. That's just a fact of life. I've got a couple of weeks off coming up. So
something you didn't fucking need.
Yeah, just another fucking inconvenience. You know how it is. But beyond that, rugby league's back. My actual religion, footy, as it's called over in the eastern states of Australia. And I think it's the only contact sport on in the entire fucking world at the moment, at least as far as I know.
UFC had happened.
Well, true. I mean, that's probably a more contact sport. But we'll call it a team sport. They don't do team UFC yet, do they? When is that becoming a thing?
No, in Russia they do. Have you
UFC
seen it?
duos.
No, it's like a squad. It's like 5 versus 5. It's okay. Your homework. I don't know.
I'm looking this up.
It's like watching football hooligans. Like it's just.
That sounds great. I don't know. How have I not fucking bumped into that before? Anyway, so footy's back. I'm happy about that. The Dragons play the Sarvi, so I'll be watching that. But aside from that, I've just been working my ass off at actual work, which sucks. I've just been super busy, and that's been my life. I suppose that's the whole adulting thing. Like, I've had no time to sink into playing fucking games and all that sort of shit. But it's been good. Oh, and the other thing I did, I changed some of the streams set up for my own streams so that I can get the guitar out and have a sing and all that kind of crap.
Yeah,
so
I saw that. That was great.
I'm going to try and do that a bit more. I need to be a bit better prepared than just strumming chords and singing songs about Darbans that I make up on the spot.
I did see, like, you had all the gear, right? Had all the gear.
Lacking
and then
the
you're
execution.
like, okay, now you got to do something. Now you got to do something. And you're like, fuck, I haven't got that far yet.
Yeah, no. I kind of... I was a bunt. It was like I stood up to the plate, took a big swing, and then just bunted the ball maybe 3 feet in front of me, and it was a pretty soft entry, but it'll be fun.
I reckon you just work on the improv guitar. I reckon you'll get there. Just whatever comes to your mind, just spill it out.
Just sing garbage chord-based songs to people who raid. Yeah, I can do that. I was lining you up, and then you fucked off to bed.
Damn it. You know what you do? Just write your little verses, and all you need to do then is rhyme, like insert streamer name, whoever raids you, and then like just that there's like the end of every sentence, you just have to rhyme the end of it, you know?
Yeah, I reckon that's good. I reckon I can work with that. Just sort of a few little filler words. Yeah, that's a good idea,
Yeah,
Matty.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
just touching back on something that you did earlier this week, it turned your stream into an episode of. I mean, it's Better Homes and Gardens in the chat, but I thought it was more a bit of Burke's backyard. I thought. I'm not sure.
No,
I mean,
it's
Don
Better
Burke
Home
is a
and-
bit of
it's
a.
Better home and Guardians.
Oh God, that's Felicia.
That was
isn't it?
sassy, by the way.
Oh,
That was
really?
fucking-
Well, we're gonna have to get him back in here later for a formal apology for that pun. But other than that,
No.
you obviously we say this every week, but quarantine's going well. Isolation.
You didn't see my stream this morning, did you?
I saw a little. I saw enough.
You know what? You know. I've worked out. I can control my stream deck from my phone.
What? Are you gonna have to tell me about that? You're gonna need to tell me about that.
It changes the game, mate. It
All
changes
right,
the
okay.
game.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. So Matt's gonna be outside fucking about. I've got some kangaroos over here, just off screen. How do you do it so well? I can't do it. I can't do it without cracking up. But fuck, man, you sold it hard. Anyway, we're basically setting the tone for what this episode is going to be, ladies and gentlemen. It's already off the
just
rails.
have a chat, guys.
Just have a chat,
Have a chat.
have a laugh, and that's what we're going to do. But I mean, really, the TWAB this week, there was nothing in it. There was a few bug fixes. There was some telegraphing where we're headed. That there will be. I mean, it sounds like some, I don't know, like streams from home that they're going to be doing to sort of let us know where the game's headed over the next few weeks. And I think that'll be very, very important. I think we're coming into that time of year where, you know, we saw the Shadowkeep, tease start about this time last year and building into you know, that big next year of content. So I think it is exciting times. I think we're seeing the Almighty now in the skybox of the tower. If you look into this, I mean, I don't know why they're encouraging people to look into the sun, and it seems like a bad idea. But if you go, you can actually see the Almighty. You know, it's real. I wish it had been there the whole time, just getting progressively closer every day. I think it would have added a bit of urgency to the entire season. But dude, I think we're in for a big few weeks. Destiny news wise.
Yeah, when does it kick off? Next week is the next week the end of Season of Worthy or the start of
reset of next week. So the 10th for us.
Wait, are we, when you say next week,
not this reset coming, next reset.
Oh, see, this is always. Oh no, let's not get it. It's just I have this argument with everyone.
In 10 days.
Okay, good.
Good. We good. So it's in a bit. We've got a bit to wait.
So the 10th. Is that what you
Yes.
said?
Yep.
10th of June,
Yep.
right.
But yeah. So
Okay.
look, I mean,
But something should happen. Something should happen this. See, we're on Saturday though, but this week is really like in 3 days time. Something should happen. 4 days time. Whatever.
Yeah, I
it is.
reckon. I don't know. I mean, let's just have a punt. What do you reckon is going to happen?
If we don't see something happen with the Almighty, whether it's a cutscene or a mission, I think
People will screech to death.
actually I think people are probably beyond screech. I think they'll just be like, meh. I don't think it will save it, but I think a good cutscene or at least some sort of mini conclusion to Season of the Worthy is what is needed right now. I hope we either get a cutscene or we hope we get to go to the Almighty or play on the mission, or we see like they had the little twist, they had the plot twist with the Dorito ships coming in. They had the Felwinter's Lie. Also.
Did you see the sound clip that they released overnight?
They had the sound clip today with the audio graph with pyramid ships in it.
No one's figured it out yet, but it's really just someone opening a bag of Doritos in super slow motion.
Why do you do this? Why do you like
I
this?
have to. Why you like this?
Why you like this? Why you like this? There has to be something. I think we have to see a conclusion. And typically we don't normally, right? Do
No,
we?
kind of. you know, like we had that cutscene where we put the thing into the thing of last season, and then it kind of just transitioned. We reopened the lighthouse, and then there was a lighthouse because Trials came back. I think this season we're going to see something a little bit more significant than that. I really do believe that, like, this whole telegraphing the fucking pyramid ships coming in for so long, and it being on that little board in Rasputin. I reckon, I'm just going to take a punt, that I reckon that Rasputin's going to try to defend humanity. He's going to send all these rockets off at the Almighty, and they're going to fail. And then the darkness will come in. The triangle ships will come in and go and save us. And then we're in this moral dilemma of like, okay. So we were too crap to get through it on our own. But what happens? I think it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I hope there's something like that. I think it really needs it. And I don't think, as I said, I don't think it will. Well, actually, people have tweeted this. The story of this season has been fine. Completely. Well, no, I did make a criticism video early. It's definitely recovered. The lore, and maybe probably more the additional lore, but you know, the Fellwinter's Lie book was great. We also had another book at the beginning. I can't remember what that was. That was great. Oh, the web lore was fantastic. So the additional lore, the stuff that you get, you know, that you have to read that's not in game, has been really good.
Yeah.
And I think they've definitely, it started off pretty slow and non-interesting with the Almighty, but it's obviously picked up a lot. The game, I think it's outperformed the gameplay this season.
Yeah, I'd wholeheartedly agree, especially when coming out of that Fellwinter's Quest. You know, there's a lot there. There's a lot there.
Yeah.
And a lot of, I don't know, like I like how Rasputin has been painted as this super fucking grey character now. Like, yes, he's emotionally invested in humanity and he understands all that shit, but he's also, you know, he killed his own son out of fucking jealousy, more or less. Like, is he really the kind of guy? Like, if would you trust someone that killed their own kid? Really?
Well, interestingly, if you've been on Twitter, you've probably seen fucking Mr. Hollywood Gamma Trap himself, who lives in my basement, basically popping off everything he posts, just thousands of likes, retweets, people screech in this street. They stop what they're doing to check their Twitter notifications, see that Gamma's retweeted. He's had a really
Destiny art sex god Gamma Trap. Taking Twitter by storm.
He's done it's probably my favorite piece, a Fellwinter Seaver piece, and it is.
I saw the tease.
Amazing.
It's pretty serious.
Amazing.
Yep.
It's pretty serious. It's pretty serious business.
So what happens now? Are you going to let him out in the sunshine for a bit, or are you just going to keep him in that dungeon?
Oh no, because he forgot to tag me in that viral post, so he stays in his dungeon. So he doesn't get any food for the next week.
Oh wow. Gosh. Well,
he goes, I didn't think it was going to go viral.
I mean, how do you know? Look, here we are. I'll bring chat up. There he is. Gamma's in chat. He's fucking carrying on. So we're all here having a good time. Dude, it is, I don't know. I look forward to that. That's my Monday morning, seeing what Gamma's done and watching Maddie's videos. So happy days. All right, what we might do, we're going to stop fucking around and we're going to pull in our first customer and have a chat. I'm just waiting for Sass to give me some direction, because he's was going to tell me who to. All right, cool. All right, we are going to be joined here by Nexus Creates. G'day, Nexus. How you going, Cobber?
I'm going good.
Good. That's what we want. That's what we want. So, what do you do? How you going? First and foremost, how's your Saturday, or is it Friday for you? I'm not sure.
It's Saturday. I'm in Victoria.
Mate. Oh, well, there you go. I don't know. Is it 1985 there, or?
Hey, let's not get into state wars.
I don't even know no more.
Let's not get into state wars, like inside Australian jokes for the rest of the audience.
I don't know. It's just
the poor audience doesn't even know what's going on.
Yeah, no, that's true. It's pretty crazy. All right, so what do you want to discuss today, Nexus? How do you feel about Season of the Worthy? I guess that's the touch point. Yeah, you're a bit over it. You're looking forward.
Well, considering the fact I haven't really played it in God knows how long, because I just haven't been happy with the way it goes.
So that's a thumbs down then.
Yeah, a little bit.
Fair enough.
When let me
no,
quiz
no
you a bit.
offense,
Okay,
Reggie.
let me
Okay.
quiz you a bit. When did you stop playing?
I
Hello?
can tell you accurately. Hold on, give me a second.
Okay, did you play last season?
I played last season. I played a bit of this season. The last time I played was the
Okay, so
12th of May.
12th of
so
May.
okay,
That's
so
only
you,
a couple
so
of
you
weeks.
played.
Yeah.
So you played it.
That's
You
probably
played
me.
this
That's probably me
season.
logging on and going and whatnot.
Yeah. Okay. So what caused the eh? What did you want to see?
Well, that is a good question. I don't even know. My thing is because I don't really do the whole thing of grinding. I'm not a fan of it. So you could say I'm a casual player. But when when my sister would force me to, and then I'd say I'd play a couple rounds of Gambit or Crucible or do Quest, and then find that
Right.
that I wasn't leveling up as fast as everyone else. I'm just like, what the hell is going on?
Right.
Like I'm stuck down at still at 950, and everyone else is shooting up there. I'm like, how?
So you feel like the disparity between like the time that you could put into it and everyone else was just out of kilter, so that you weren't getting enough out of your gameplay, really.
Yeah, I was getting a bit jelly.
Yeah.
If you could say
Right.
that.
Yeah, I can relate.
So you're falling a bit behind. You thought, nah, fuck it, I'm out. I'm too far behind. Catch you guys later. We'll see you next season.
Yeah,
Yeah, the great
pretty much.
Australian
And
throw the towel in.
I'll probably
Throw the
jump
towel
on when I
in.
see new armors
Yeah, just
and be
a,
like,
You know what?
ooh, cosplay.
fuck this season anyway. Get it out of
Yeah,
here.
pretty much.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, we're all due a season like that every now and then. Like I kind of come and go a bit. It's a bit harder given that I talk about this stuff every week, but we definitely come and go from Destiny. Matt went probably 3 years without actually playing Destiny, so
Dude,
yeah.
I didn't play. Yeah, I made videos, and I would be lucky if I played once a week.
Yeah. So you
Didn't
don't
play
have to burn
tons.
yourself out on it. You can just jump in and do what you
Yeah.
do. You don't have to feel bad.
Hey,
Yeah.
so what would get you excited about next season? Like, what would bring you back? Do you have an idea of what would bring you back to Destiny or
Oh.
get you excited about the next season?
Story content.
Yeah.
Right.
Anything-
Dorito ships. If you see the Dorito ships, you're in. Is that what we need?
Dude, that audio this morning chilled me the hell. I was like, oh crap.
It was pretty
Gonna-
menacing. It was pretty menacing.
Yeah, I was just because this was what I think it was 1 o'clock when it dropped, and I'm just like,
Right.
okay, we're dead. We're dead.
I looked
Pretty
at it. One of our mates, Jugs, shared it in a chat that we all sit in and talk shit. And I loaded it up. And because of the I've just woken up, it's sunlight. I've got my phone in my hand, and that screen is almost completely black, right? Like there's just a tiny little like sound spikes that are roughly pyramid shaped. I've clicked on that and I'm like, what the fuck's this video?
I was kind of like that as well. I'm just like, yeah, I was just like, is the video broken? Where's the picture? I'm like,
even worse, I just
"Oh,
had to look at my own
audio."
reflection in the screen. It was horrible. Maybe that was intentional. That's pretty clever, if so. It's pretty meta.
We are your salvation.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Very clever. All right. Well, so that's what you're after. You want more story content, and if you can get a bit of pyramid action, you'll be pretty happy with next season.
Pretty much.
All right. Well, I think
Very
that's a logical closure point. This is what we're about. We're going to get people on, and fair enough. It's not been the greatest season. We can have a conversation and say, hey, what'll turn it around for you? And I think that's important. So thanks for joining us today, Nexus. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. I'll send you back to the
Thank
waiting
you.
room with Sass and the other heathens.
All right, see you later.
See you, mate. It took me an embarrassingly long time to realise that was an Australian accent. I don't,
It's
I
hard
don't
with a
know
couple
why.
words unless they go g'day.
Yeah,
it's
so
hard
if
with
you're
those couple
Australian or you want to pretend to be Australian, if you're not from Australia, try and fool us. Please come in and be
Don't
like,
tell them.
g'day, cobbers.
Don't tell them that.
All right, we're going to pull Ranger in. We're going to talk to Ranger and see what's up. All right. I feel like I'm abducting people via Discord. Ranger, how you going, mate?
Hi, hello guys. How are you doing today? And I'd like to say good evening from the States.
Awesome. Which part of the States are
Oh.
you in?
I'm in Texas,
Nice, man. Big old Texas.
And
Very good.
and Maryland knows me
Yeah.
as Phantom X. Sorry for interrupting.
No, you're right. You're good. You're
No.
good. So,
Oh, nice. Welcome.
welcome. Yeah, welcome to our humble Australian fucking stream of bullshit. How have you found Season of the Worthy, my dude? What's your takeaway from it?
Well, no pun intended. It has made me feel a bit unworthy.
Got him.
Got him. Yeah. Okay. What through trials or?
Yeah, no. Where does that feeling come from?
It feels like it's missing. It feels like it was missing something. I just could never put my finger on it. But
What kind of player are
please-
you? Are you a PvE? Are you a raider? Are you a PvP? Are you a bit of everything? How would you describe your what you like to do in Destiny?
Well, I like to do. Okay, I'm gonna confess this right now. I'm horrible at Crucible.
I mean,
The
so
PvP,
everyone.
the
the
party,
PvP thing, not the filling with trials.
Right. Join the party. Yeah.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
feel your pain.
PvE, like fighting like the I really wish they would have. Here's the thing with PvE. I'm basically. I feel like I might be the only one that's obsessing over the Black Armory stuff, but it's like I kind of wish though the Black Armory stuff had more. Of course, and again, I kind of wish instead of. I know I'm being a bit of a nitpick, and please forgive me, but I kind of wish for those who loved and absolutely loved the raid weapon, the shotgun, the threat level.
Yep.
I kind of wish in a weird way I wish in a weird way, not only could it be dropped in the raid on the first encounter, but I wish there would have been something like another way to earn it, like this overly convoluted quest to get that thing. That way it's like you worked your butt off for this thing at least.
So you think that like the way that honestly, this is probably important feedback going forward because the weapon pools are going to be non-permanent come sunsetting, come next season, I think. So, did you get it? Did you get it through what is it? It's not Wrath. What's the raid called?
Scourge of the Past.
Yeah. So did you get it through that? You like early on, or did you have to, seek it out and find a team, put a team together to go and get your chance to get it? Would it have improved your experience if you could have done it a different way? Is that what you're getting at?
Here's the thing. I've never gotten that shotgun. It's like, put it this way. You know how everyone's bane is either the Thousand Voices or the Anarchy?
Yeah.
Mine's a legendary shotgun.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. So
we got a quest, Felwinter's Lie, for the Felwinter shotgun, and it sounds like you want more quests to get weapons. What did you think of Felwinter's Lie as the quest?
If that bug didn't happen,
Right.
it would have been smooth sailing.
Yeah.
I think
So
it
you
would have
enjoyed
been
it?
really strong content.
And as for raids, my favorite raids, I have to basically say overall have to be Scourge is in first, Leviathan is in second, Eater Worlds is third. I have not gotten a chance to play the one with the big Cabal guy. You have to, Spire of Stars, or the Garden of Salvation. I've not, or Crown of Sorrow. Those are the three I've not played yet.
Yeah, I mean, we're in an
So it
interesting
sounds
spot with Destiny at the moment because there has been no raid since September last year.
Yeah.
So I guess is raid content something you'd be looking forward to? Maybe not next season, but we in the kind of what we're hoping will be a bigger yearly update come September. How would you like to see them approach raid content going forward?
I would like to see them. Well, for raids, I would like to see them do like not too hard, not too easy, really good, like collaboration, teamwork, and puzzles that could be solved by using like we were doing this wrong the whole time. It was supposed to be like this. Oh,
I think that's
thing.
Destiny raids in general already.
Destiny raids.
Not too hard, not too easy, in the middle, just right. Also punishingly frustrating. Thank you very much for coming. I don't know, but personally, I think if we could get to a point where we were seeing a raid pop up every 6 months, I think it'd make a lot of people happy. But there's obviously some added complication to that with the state the game's in with cheating. But dude, Ranger, thank you for jumping in and joining us today, man. And we hope
No
that
problem.
season of next season, whatever it's called, because we don't know, is a prosperous one.
Season of
for you
Doritos.
season of Doritos.
Yes.
All right, mate. Thanks for jumping in.
All right. May the
See
power
you,
protect you.
What we're learning is our audience is as batshit crazy as we are.
Yeah, it's true.
It's funny how crazy attracts crazy. Yeah, boy.
Yeah. We have a type. All right, Stumpy is coming in. Let's welcome Stumpy. Okay.
Yep.
How you going, Stumpy? How you going, mate?
Hello, I'm good. How are you guys?
Yeah, we're good, mate. We're just, doing this podcasting that we do and just enjoying our Saturday, mate. What are you doing?
Sitting here at my computer wondering what to play.
Yeah, it's a bit like that. I think there's a bit of that going on. It's Mylan.
Have you heard of
here
Escape
we
from
go.
Tarkov?
I have heard of it. Not my cup of tea. I'm on the Fantasy Star grind at the moment.
Oh, PSO2. Has it forced you to download 16 versions of the game yet, or is that
No,
just...
because I'm playing on Japanese servers where that didn't happen.
Oh wow! I mean, like, credit where it's due. No game has a smooth launch these days. They're so big in scope.
Absolutely
There's always going to be something to that brings the fucking deal unstuck. But I don't know. I mean, it's nice to see another MMO out there that people are enjoying. It's not my cup of tea either. I kind of gave up on all that shit when I nearly lost my wife and children to Star Wars: The Old Republic. So MMOs are off the cards for me, sadly. But,
Yeah.
but if you've been enjoying it, mate, that's good news. That's good news. How have you found Season of the Worthy? In
Season of the
Destiny?
Worthy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it straight. It's made me uninstall the game.
So I guess that begs the question: what's it going to take for you to reinstall the game, besides hard drive space that PSO2 may be taking up?
New hard drive.
New hard drive.
For me to play the game and enjoy my time playing it.
Okay.
That's what it'll
So
bring me back. If there's something that's fun to do.
What's enjoyable look like to you? What's enjoyable for you? Like, what's your most enjoyable moments in Destiny? Like, when you think about what's enjoyable for
I
you?
mean, generally just something to be challenged by, but
Right.
in a way that's not boring and monotonous. Like get 1,000 shotgun kills.
yeah, I think
Sure.
some of the bounty structure or the quest structures in that respect have become a little rote and a little stale.
Yeah.
Fellwinter's. I honestly I haven't done the final mission of Fellwinter's yet because I just thought, I'm not gonna put myself through just farming fucking kills to get it. I'm just gonna play. I'll play with a shotgun in the Crucible anyway. I'm more than halfway there, so I'm just gonna let it happen, take its course. And I guess if I don't get it done by the sort of this time next week, I'll fucking panic and go and do it. But I think a lot of people are in a very similar boat with that sort of stuff, where it just feels like another I've got to do this thing again.
Yeah.
You didn't get drawn in by the Grandmaster Nightfall stuff. I mean, it's pretty fucking challenging content.
I mean, people say it's challenging content, but I don't think resort to being one shot is a skill ceiling.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of challenging in the cheap way. So to kind of hone a sharp edge on the kind of challenge you're looking for, you're looking for a mechanical challenge, or what sort of activity would you like to see more of in Destiny that would give you cause to invest some more time into it, to reinstall?
Got to think about this because, like with GM Nightfalls,
Yep.
the way to beat that challenge is to sit as far back as you can with a sniper rifle, or sit in a bubble where you're basically immune and hit the boss with swords.
Yeah.
And
Spin to win. It's back.
yeah, I feel that I'm being forced to use certain weapons due to the way the enemies are designed. And the weapons that I'm being forced to use are continuously being either changed or nerfed because I'm using those weapons as the most effective weapon option.
Yeah, I think. All right, look, I'll springboard this into how do you feel about the sunsetting concept? Because it seems the community is kind of split. It's half one way, half another. Because I think it feeds into the issue that you're raising there. So are you for it or against it?
It depends, because if they implement it correctly, then it'll work. But from the track record that Bungie has, I don't think they can keep up with the amount of weapons they will need to replace to make it a viable option.
Yeah, that's my concern too.
Yeah, I think that's the big question mark.
Because otherwise we'll just get recycled weapons that we've already got.
I don't have a problem with them bringing in old weapons back into the loot pool and reintroducing them to be able to be infused up to the thing, up to full light level. I just think they've got to be super careful about the way they do it, in that, if they're plentiful, if the grind isn't stupid. Like, for example, they make spare rations redundant, and then in 6 months they bring it back, and you've got to go and fucking grind bloody whatever that shit is in the Drifters.
Reckoning.
Yeah, you've got to go and grind Reckoning to get it back. I think that will be super fucking poorly received. I think people will be like, fuck this. But if there's a way of crediting people who had that weapon in the past and say, okay, well, you can go and do this, or maybe there's a short quest that you can do to get a specific module that then upgrades it or something. I don't know. I think they've just got to be super careful with the way they value people's time, and not necessarily their time now, but their time looking backwards as well. Like to grind extensively for a weapon, to have it taken away, to then have to go and do that grind again just to get it back, I think would be crappy. And I think that's a lot of people's concern. But I do think it'll help with the issue that you're talking about, where, the community is punished to an extent by nerfs because weapons are popular because they're effective. Right?
Yeah.
So I think we can kind of, there's definitely an inherent positive to it, and I hope that we see more of that than the negative side.
Yeah.
So have we talked into reinstalling it yet?
No.
All right. Well,
not yet.
all right. Well, we'll wait till the fucking hype train starts. Okay, when the Bungie hype train starts in a couple of weeks or whatever, and we start seeing a few things.
When
in the
they
new
release
season.
one of those fancy trailers that go, oh, that looks good.
Yeah. More than just bloody.
They've always been good at
Yeah,
marketing.
they've always been good at that.
Oh, they are absolute genius in the PR department.
All right. Well, we'll check in with you in a couple of weeks, Stumpy, mate. You'll have to,
all right.
You'll have to tweet us and let us know. Let us know when you reinstall.
Yep.
All right, man.
Yep.
Thanks for joining us. Cheers, mate.
Thank you. See ya.
Bye. All right. Well, fucking hell, we're going deep.
Well, we got a fucking uphill. Well, it's not actually. Look, let's just say this: it's not about us convincing you to reinstall Destiny. It's definitely not that. But I think what you'll probably notice is when you really try to dive deep with why people aren't playing, that answer is actually pretty hard to find.
Yeah.
And because most people, if you're not enjoying something, well, actually, Bungie's Destiny community is a little bit different. If you're not enjoying it, they'll just play it and whinge about it. But I mean, I feel like we've got an Australian community in at the moment where it's trying to, like, if we don't enjoy it, we just move on. Like, we're not. Yeah. We just move on. And I think it's interesting when you get people on and you sort of ask about why. It's hard to actually verbalize why they've stopped playing. I think I know a lot of the reasons because we've done it.
That, and we're kind of putting people on the spot too. Like, you come in and you make a statement, and you've got me and you drilling into people straight. Well, why? I mean, it does raise the other thing too, in that, like, Matt and I, we get pissed off. We get fucking annoyed with the game too. We just choose to, like, we've always had the ethos of, like, sure, you can say something negative, but you've at least got to offer a solution or a positive spin or be able to counteract that somehow. So I think that's, we're under no illusions that this season's been a bit rough, and we're going to talk about it, and that's fine if that's your opinion. And
of course, like we don't want you to censor yourself.
Come in if you've.
And I don't think anyone.
Yeah, I don't think anyone has. Well, all right, we're going to pull in Meme Kaiser now, king of memes. Meme Kaiser, g'day. How you going, mate? Good.
We can't hear you, Meme Kaiser.
We can't hear you, mate.
He's memeing us. We've been
memed. He's.
I reckon he's gone to the bathroom. I reckon he's had a nervous pee.
He's off.
No. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear now.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool.
How was your
Sassy
shit?
wanted to know if Mylan's shirt's one size too small. Sassy.
When you
He's
go
stitched
back,
up there. He's stitched up there. Sass. He's just trying to put a cat amongst the pigeons, mate.
Look.
Don't pay him no mind. He's just an angry man.
never do anything for Sassy, right? Sassy always tries to do these classic stitch ups. Just leave him be. Let him thrash about in his
No,
own.
I was genuinely curious too, so I just wanted an excuse. Ask it.
No, this is actually
like a-
fits. Oh, what? Tell us what you think, Meme Kai's, about this season.
Oh, you want my opinion? Okay. About the season?
Yes, we want your opinion.
I'm sorry. So I don't know. I prefer, compared to Season of Dawn, this season has been pretty lackluster in a lot of areas. Personally, like I haven't been as invested in like the story. Like, don't get me wrong, the Fellwinter stuff was incredible. I really love that. But like the activity, like I just didn't like the content, or the idea of like having the main content of the season being public events and bounties. You know, I like coming from year one of Destiny 1. You know, like
Yeah.
it was kind of like that in a sense in year one, but you know, I guess like over time, you kind of, with Taken King and Rise of Iron, kind of expect things to go a little bit smoother as they get more and more experience of how they produce content. I'm not saying it wasn't bad content. I still enjoyed the season, but compared to Season of Dawn with like the whole Saint 14 stuff, it was kind of like a 9-day difference in a sense.
Yeah, I think that's a fair criticism. I don't think the storytelling. We had genuine story missions in last season, so to try and compare the two, there's like aside from the Fellwinter's Quest, we really haven't had that at all. So, definitely a valid point there, man. Have you given yourself a little bit of a Destiny spell, a bit of time away? Have you been spending time doing anything else?
Actually, because I just got out of school from the semester, I've been playing a little bit more. Because it was so, in a sense, I kind of haven't had much time initially beginning of the season, because it started, I believe, it was in March. I'm not sure exactly. It was the middle of the semester. I didn't have as much time to put into the season compared to Season of Dawn, because that came out during winter break for me. But I don't know, like still playing it on the weekends at times when I had free time. It didn't really captivate my interest as much. Like on the first day it came out, Season of the Worthy, I kind of got bored like already on the first day with this bunker upgrading. I was just like thinking, is this really all there is to this season compared to Season of Dawn, where like Sundial and the story missions and just Saint 14 as a whole. Don't get me wrong, I like Rasputin, but Saint 14 on a completely different level.
Yeah, it was a bit more. It's just rather than bounties and upgrading, right? I think no one's really verbalized it yet, except for yourself, sort of hinting at the upgrade system. I think everyone saw it and realized, okay, we're just going to have to do a bunch of bounties and upgrade these things, and that's the season, I guess. So, and I think most people weren't willing to invest time in that. And I also feel like the rewards, I don't know. What did you think about the rewards? So one is the grinding, but what did you think about the rewards from like
the rewards? I mean, so I guess this would tie in with sunsetting a little bit, but like, with all the gear we had from previous seasons, like why would I use like the 7 Seraph submachine gun when I have like a recluse, for example? It's like, why would I even do that? Because it's superior in pretty much every scenario. Or the auto rifle is decent, but I mean the steel feather repeater, I really like that thing with like feeding frenzy, kill, like multi-kill clip. I mean, the gear doesn't feel like anything I should really grind towards in a sense. I mean, it looks really cool. I like the futuristic look to it, but when it comes to like the overall gameplay, it's just, I don't know, it doesn't really captivate me as much.
Do you think that the weapon sunsetting will change your mind in that respect?
Oh yeah, I'm really supportive of the sunsetting system, because I know like a lot of people seem to be like against it, but I mean we had the same scenario with this with the Taken King, where like we left behind all of our old gear, and then everyone was like, oh no, I'm leaving behind like my Gallowhorn and all that, but then we got into Taken King, we got a bunch of new stuff, and we're like, oh, this is awesome. Like I like that personally.
Yeah, I think it'll enable a lot of discovery of things. And you raise a valid point in that, like, in just about every weapon slot, in every weapon type, there is a go-to weapon, right? Like, and you raised one of the unholy examples of this in terms of Recluse. They've tried to nerf that gun once already, and it's still better than every other submachine gun. And then you compare that to fucking, Revoker and stuff that are in the pool as well. I think in that respect, being able to get the actual, I don't think Destiny over recent seasons has really struggled for new weapons and stuff. There's been plenty. Like, there's been quite a few.
Yeah.
And most of them have been pretty good. It's just that there's already a pre-existing weapon that's better, and that makes it really hard for the new stuff to shine. So, absolutely, I think you raise a valid point there, mate.
That's what another. This isn't really related to the weapon stuff, but like with the season, I guess with Destiny going towards the future, I'm just hoping, like, what got me into Destiny personally with Destiny 1 was just like the whole world building scenario. Like, I was always wondering what the world is like, I guess, and then once get more invested, you understand it more. I'm just hoping, like, with the darkness coming around, like the whole like world just gets flipped upside down, like we completely like lose sight and we just have to dig into it some more again with like understanding what the darkness really is. I mean, just like the whole wonder of it, because that's really what got me into it. I was just always wondering what the heck is going on, and that's what got me into lore, obviously. But I'm just really excited with this I'm really hoping with this new season, maybe we get a sneak peek to it. Maybe go into the pyramid on the moon, perhaps. I'm not sure, but that's what I would think would be awesome for next season.
When you said to flip everything upside down, I just thought, imagine if there's like, they always talk about the opposite side of the coin. Imagine if there's like they do the upside down world in Destiny where they just reskin all the maps to being like to being darkness maps.
I had an idea.
Cool.
Yeah, there's a Demogorgon in there, just fucking.
There's Demogorgon in there.
Alternative dimension. That'd be awesome.
But I mean, like,
I guess that was a little bit like a Dreaming City. They've done it. That was like the Dreaming City.
The Shattered Throne.
They've already done it. Yeah, they've done it already. All right, go log.
I was just going to say, maybe they could find reasons to do that. Like, say the Almighty hits Earth, then they just make the whole EDZ. They fill the fucking skybox so it's dark, and you can only see, the only light source is your ghost. That place would be horrifying.
That would be sick, and especially with the darkness, if they invade during that time, it'd be like I don't know if you ever played like Battlefront with the Ewok hunt thing, kind of like your stormtrooper out in the dark and you get murdered by the Ewoks. Kind of like that, but with the darkness.
I played Doom and I've been shit scared, so I hope it doesn't get too scary because I'm a big cat. But yeah, I think they could definitely do that and reimagine some of the spaces.
Well, those Destiny always has an amazing atmosphere, and I love dark spaces where your ghost actually puts a light on. Imagine if they did some one of those like horror games you play, like if you're not looking, it like creeps up on you, and if you're looking, you see it like it's like skittle away.
Yeah, I mean the enemies are already there. It'd be fucking horrifying.
Yeah.
Do you remember going into the that very first place in Destiny 1? I'm pretty sure it was the array, and you have
the array with the Thrall. Yes, I literally crapped my pants when that happened. I was like, holy Christ.
No, did you buy a new pair of pants from Bungie, or did they send you out some new pants?
No, I didn't physically crap my pants, but mentally I did, because my brain was just like melted down. Like, I didn't expect like zombie like things to pop out of nowhere. I was thinking, oh, we're just gonna be fighting the Fallen this entire time. Then you get introduced to a new race and just see like these like skeletons running at you like really quickly, and I'm like just some like scrawny warlock.
Well, that's your first problem. You shit your robes, mate, not your pants.
Yeah.
Well, all right, mate.
Back in.
Thank you very much for jumping in and joining us today. Anytime, man.
And
we're gonna do this.
Hey, Mylan, congrats on your wedding too.
Oh, thanks, mate.
Oh, that was very sweet. You're our favorite so far. No.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on. I really enjoyed this. Talking to both of you.
Cheers, man. Have a good one.
Oh, thanks. Mate.
Yeah, you too.
Well, that was wholesome.
So I was gonna say the same thing. So wholesome.
So wholesome. All right. Is there anyone that's an absolute piece of shit that we can get in here next just to fucking write the shit?
While we wait for that, might just read Izzy's, because Izzy's it's it's Mizzy Lone. I really can't show up on Discord because anxiety. So here's my question. Nothing this season makes sense. At one point, Zavala doesn't trust Rasputin, but on the next reset, he becomes best friends with him. And then Zavala tells him, hey, I killed a dozen of humans to protect the secret on Titan. And now that we know Rasputin killed the Iron Lords intentionally, we never get a response from Saladin because he still believes it was just Rasputin defending himself. I think I definitely see what you're saying. I don't think on a whole, the Destiny community looks into the story in as much depth as what you do. And I don't think that's an excuse or not, but I definitely see that. I think the Almighty is probably the biggest thing. It was like, hey, why do we care about the Almighty? Like, why don't we stop it like in other ways? I mean, some of the stuff you've mentioned there, I aren't at the forefront of my mind, but I see for people that really follow the story, like Bive. No.
Hey, we got 50 minutes in before a Bife self cheap shot, so we're doing all right, man.
No, I definitely hear what you're saying. There's
there seems to be some inconsistencies there.
Inconsistencies. It's definitely better than what it's been, and I think it's always hard to match the in-game lore with like the lore books because I guarantee like the in-game stuff has to be in there really early.
I think,
and the lore books, you can be working on that shit way later. I don't know. I feel like there's probably just logistical challenges with getting that nice sort of marriage between the in-game stuff and the outside of stuff.
I feel like, while that's an inconsistency, it's something that they could actually make a pretty effective story arc out of. Where for a season, we've got Saladin going and discovering what actually fucking happened. You know what I mean? Like,
like why was it Osiris? Why didn't he give Saladin going into the thing and calling him a murderer? Like that would have made
heaps of sense, right?
and then you had the fell because everyone's like, why has Osiris not come back?
He's on vacay, man. He's popping some fresh annual leave.
Osiris also uninstalled.
All right, we're gonna pull in New Age Messiah. We're gonna have a chat to him. Okay. Or g'day.
Hello, how's it going, fellas?
Good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, I'm steady away. I mean, it's 4 a.m. for me. It's good to catch you guys again.
What are you doing?
You sound like you're from London. Are you from London?
I am in. I am in London. Yeah. I'm a bit bevved. No, I'm not gonna lie.
Look,
I mean, I've been dicking around filling out fucking random triumphs and stuff like that.
So you've been on the piss. Is what's happened? You're half sauced up or what?
Well, I mean, there's no to fucking doing this season, is there really? So I was like, I might as well go back and fucking fill out some old shit that I've missed. Right?
Dude. Australians and people from the UK get on like hours. We are the convicts from England, so
our people. So people. I did that last season, actually. I went back and I did a heap of stuff from season of the fucking Menagerie or whatever the fuck it's called in last season. So I kind of get what you're picking. I'm picking up what you're putting down, but so you found the content this season a little bit lackluster, and you've supplemented it by going back doing old stuff. Is what you're saying?
Lackluster, like lackluster's a word that doesn't even begin to explain this season. Like, I mean, I've seen more content in a fucking Sims DLC, right? And it's like, oh, we've added 15 pieces of furniture. Well done, guys. Well fucking done. Oh, the towers up top. I tell you what, they won't fucking notice this. We'll put them underneath. We'll put them on the ground. Nobody will fucking notice it. And it'll be golden. It'll be a great season. We'll give them a triumph they can go for and a seal and stuff like that, and it'll be happy. Nah. Like, we're all intelligent players at this point.
What?
Yeah.
Debatable.
What are you... You obviously you're still playing it. Like, unlike our previous guests, you're actually still playing it. So what are you expecting for the next... What are you expecting next season? What needs to happen to quell the passion?
Next season's gonna be similar to this, in all honesty. Knowing knowing how the game industry works and like the development cycles and the amount of lead time and things like that you need on them, I can't see next season getting much better. Like it'll probably have a few cooler like lore points, and like it'll go back to like last season when we were saving Saint and stuff like that. It'll go back to that with a few extra cutscenes and stuff. And I still maintain like Saint, where he wraps a dead mini Vex around a fucking Minotaur and headbutts the dude to death. Greatest cutscene Destiny's ever made, by the way. Like badass, but I can't see them like surpassing like something like that. I can't see them going too much above and beyond where we are at the moment. Personally,
it's always like
just
that as we
because
get close to September, right? Because we know September's always going to blow your socks off, and it's always like, is that season just prior going to get us there?
Is it going to be filler?
Oh,
yeah.
100%, but then you've got the whole problem at the moment with the sandbox stuff, and you know the whole sunsetting of weapons and armor and things like that. Like I was talking to the guys, like in the waiting room and stuff about like sunsetting, and it's like the whole reason they're sunsetting everything is like, yes, a few guns are still a little bit broken and they want to get rid of them, right? And try and phase them out, but that's only got to phase them out in raids and trials. Yep. Like competitive Crucible's got to turn into a fucking shit show next season, and
what do you mean turn into a shit show?
Well, I mean it's already pretty. Yeah, I mean it's already pretty bad, but like it's not a power level activity. No, so
I like comp. Comp got fixed from trials. That was the best thing to come out of trials. It fixed comp.
Yeah,
half the time in comp at the moment, I just dick about with Rat King and fucking Last Hope just for a fucking giggle. Like,
you got your unbroken.
It's fucked when you can do double sidearm builds and fucking 3-peak with a sword, right?
Yeah, I'm sure the people.
I'm a fucking trash panda like that. There's got to be a lot of people that'll flame me for that. I don't fucking care. It's fucked.
You're allowed to, mate. You run your own race.
Trials,
you run your own race.
Well, exactly. Like trials, like won't improve much. Like, I mean, the instant quick fix for trials, to me, would be re-enabling artifact power. It get rid of all the fucking cheaters and hackers and stuff like that, because like as soon as they get to 1,000 and they go into fucking trials. And they're like bullshitting with wall hacks and stuff like that. I mean, you can get fucking Revoker in 25 minutes at the moment.
Yeah,
so
you're right.
Like, it's re-enable power because if I'm going into trials at like 9:39, 10:39 that I am at the moment against a 9:39, it's got to be a one-shot body shot and it'll kill him.
Yeah, you'll look fucking menacingly in their direction and they'll die. That's look. Exactly. I do it a different way.
What about us casuals that are already sitting at 2?
Yeah. Personally, I do it a different way, and it's been raised in the fucking stream, and I think it's a great idea. It's 2 syllables, 1 word: paywall. That's what needs to happen to trials.
Yeah,
it can't be.
I mean, it's either or, right? They're trying to give free-to-play players access to end game content that they might not necessarily get without having to pay for it. It's like Shadowkeep and Forsaken and stuff like that, with like the raids and all that jazz. Like, I understand why they've done it, but like they don't have a full the Valve anti-cheat system and stuff like that installed. Like, they've only got partial bits of it installed, and then they're having to vet everything that comes through it, which is just, I mean, I could get on a fucking 3-hour fucking rant about that. Why you only install part of it and not the full thing when the full thing's been proven to work is just kind of fucking nuts to me. But
I think there's a lot of misinformation out there about anti-cheat and the way Bungie approach it and all that sort of stuff. So for the most part, I don't think that like getting in and chucking darts and stuff is super, super, super constructive at this point. But at the same time,
true.
I think the things that we can say are that the way it is right now, doesn't fucking work, and there needs to be something changed to protect the people who are paying for the game from
100%.
the free accounts that people are using to hack. Like, I mean, the real issue is that they use free accounts to get in and test hacks. You know,
Yeah.
like.
And that's the problem. Like I've had friends that have downloaded some of the freebies and stuff like that just to try them and see like what's going on and that. But like a ban on that like free to play account that they've just created, it takes like 3 to 4 days to come through on that ban. Even when I've reported the account knowing that they're playing on it, it's still 3 to 4 days for a ban to come through. And
Mate,
it's not
every
a fag
time I-
ban
every-
either. Like it's fucked.
Yeah, it's
Every
a
time we
cumbersome
finish
system.
a sentence, I think this guy can't throw anything else in there, and then you just throw this massive curveball. Well, me mate Dave installed some hacks, so I reported him. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
It's like fucking British Days of Our Lives over here, but it's just Destiny.
I know, right? It's
Oh,
fucking.
dude.
It's like Destiny's a fucking soap opera at the end of the day.
Oh, it is, isn't it? And most of the real drama's not even in the fucking game, mate.
Well, yeah, exactly. He's fucking Reddit creates all the fucking storylines and bullshit for it. He's fucking mental.
All right,
But,
New Age.
like,
we might fucking leave it there, mate. But fuck, I tell you what, you're welcome back. That was refreshing
Hey.
to get someone in and fucking lay down the law. There you go.
Cheers for having me, guys.
Nah, no worries, mate. Thanks
Thanks,
for jumping
mate.
in.
Thank you very much. Take care.
There we go. We got the unwholesome one in. That was great.
Fucking mental. See, the thing is, we just lap that stuff up. Like,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
like that's our
Yeah.
kind of attitude. You know, like
Yeah,
we
just
find it
it's
entertaining.
fine to have a fucking blow up. And like this is, make no mistake, if you're watching this podcast and you think, wow, Matt and Log are really fucking, you know, pretty chilled out about things kind of dudes. This is us at our absolute best. Like, make no mistake, we fucking blow up and shit as well. It's just that we normally don't do it in a public forum. So anyway, all right, we're gonna
It's okay for people. It's okay for people to vent. Like, I don't think
I don't think there's anything
don't
that was
think
said
it's-
there that was.
there's nothing wrong with allowing someone to talk about why they're not playing the game and to try have a conversation about it.
Yeah.
Like that's, you know, you might not like it or you might not agree with it, but they shouldn't stop the conversation from happening.
No, I just think that like with things like that, I think the Destiny community right now is super, super, super close to that whole, oh, we think we understand Bungie's anti-cheat better than Bungie does, and this is what they're doing. And there's so much misinformation out there that I'm like, I don't really want to enter into that. So that was why I nipped that in the bud. But if you're pissed off, be pissed off. Just be pissed off in a way that someone can take and harness into something constructive, rather than just screaming into the void and being noisy.
No one's threatening anything or whatever, you know. So
yeah, exactly. All right, we're going to pull Ruby in now. Ruby is one of our incredibly talented Australian Destiny cosplayers. We've met Ruby a couple of times down in PAX and at the event in Sydney. So, g'day, Ruby. How you going, mate?
G'day.
G'day. How you going? What's going on, mate? I haven't seen you for 6 months because of all this lockdown shit. But how you been? You been all right?
Yeah, I've been great. I've moved into a new home.
Well, it's a terrible time to be doing it, but a good outcome all the same. So you're in a new place. You been playing any Destiny?
Yes, I have, and it's not that good at the moment.
Yeah, that seems to be. Funnily enough, we've picked up on a bit of that. So, but what we might do is we might, you know, you're pretty heavily invested in Destiny because you literally make fucking armor and stuff, which is incredible. So we might. What would it take for you to be super stoked with where Destiny is again? What needs to change for you specifically? What do you want to see?
More glowing armor.
More glowing armor.
so you can make more
glowing
cosplay with glowing armor. Is that why?
So that then you can make more of the glowing armor outside of the game.
Yes, when I first saw the Gambit set, when they first previewed, I was just like, I'm gonna make that.
Wow. Is that like so from your perspective, are you always looking at things that you can jump in and make? Like is that sort of always kicking around in your mind? Because like with me for Destiny music, anytime I listen to a piece of Destiny music, I'm like, yeah, that'd make a good guitar riff. And I can't stop myself doing it. And it's fucking annoying because I'm too lazy to actually do it. But do you do that with armor? Is that what you're saying?
I do that with armor. Like, it's only for special certain games because there are some games out there where you're pretty much walking around in bare skin, and people say that's armor. So it's like, no, that's not armor. That is a bikini party.
Yeah, you don't want to get around like
we're
bloody
talking about the cosplay community,
slave Princess Leia. You
Yes,
can't be doing that.
I do not want to be like that. But yeah, honestly, the Destiny armor is it looks good.
So
if it looks good, it fits well on a character. Yes, I am planning to make it.
So you've done the hunter. Is there anything else that you really think you're going to jump in and what's your next project? Have you decided on something yet, or
Bray Tech winter robes for the Warlock.
Oh, oof. I have no idea what they look like. What do they look like? Quickly run it by me because Warlocks are just.
It looks like a military uniform.
All right, Maddie, do you know what it looks like?
No. Remember, I'm a hunter now.
What? No, yeah, that's.
I'm a hunter main. I love my hunters, but you do have to mix it up every so often because if you're the same costume over and over again, people go, "Oh yeah, it's that one."
Honestly, you were putting in work at PAX too because that costume looked like it was
hot.
Heavily insulated and you were melting.
Oh no, that thing had air conditioning.
And I remember you telling us that it had it like ran water through it or something.
No, it actually had an air conditioning helmet, and honestly, my sister's now texting me going, mention me, please. Yeah, she actually helped.
What a champion!
Right.
What a champion! So,
so this whole idea, I guess you're pretty invested into armor and the aesthetics of armor. When you saw the changes for sunsetting, were you concerned? Were you happy? Were you thinking we're going to get more cool armor, or do you thinking, oh, this maybe we'll get stuff that's very similar to what we've already got, or what?
With the whole thing of them retiring all that stuff, it's just like,
yeah.
But I love my Gambit armor.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it's probably the one set that you're gonna have to. I don't know. I mean, it depends how transmog works.
Good. Yeah, I know. It looks so good.
Honestly,
why can't we transmog everything?
I think we will be able to. I think that's where they're going to have to head if they're going to make fucking armor pieces redundant. Look.
Yeah,
I'm going to put up with it. I'm going to put up with it now. But the second they retire that prodigal helm and I can't have it, there'll be a fucking riot.
Oh my god, the prodigal helmets.
Yes, that's it.
You drop your light level down fucking 20 points just so you can wear it in trials and raids.
I'll be a burden to all of my friends even more so than I already am.
I have the original Titan armor set, and it brings my power level to 0.
Oh right, yeah.
Oh yeah, because it's completely dead. Yeah, okay.
I'm still worried about vault space now, as well. Like, I'm 100% for sunsetting, but I feel like transmog needs to be a thing, and I feel like we should. Once you've unlocked a gun with a set of perks, you should be able to repurchase that even if it's randomly rolled.
Yeah.
Like there should be a tree. You should be able to float over it and be like, these are the perks you've unlocked.
With armors that are actually needed in like certain game modes, like Gambit, that armor should not really be affected because you need that to play that.
Yeah, true. Like the Invader sets, all the different sets for Gambit Prime.
I'm working on my Invader set because I remember the first time I met frickin' Matt. Light stick anyone in a tight spot?
What?
What?
I think the first time I saw Matt in game, I got him with Arc Strider.
Oh, all right. Okay, so you defeated Matt in game. Okay, all right. I had no idea where that was going. I'm like, fuck it.
I was like, I'm lost.
I was just about to dump the podcast and just fucking
burn it all.
Yeah, burn it all to the ground.
Game.
That's it. See you later. Yeah. All right. Well. All right, Ruby. Thank you very much for jumping in and saying g'day. It's been good to catch up, and hopefully we see you soon at an event sometime after all this fucking Rona shit dies down. Yep.
I hope so because I don't want to run around always wearing a mask.
I mean, you're one of the few people that have like the masks to do it. So
yeah,
air conditioning and filtering. Yep.
Yeah, there you go. You're already set up for it. You can just be a hunter. I think that's well done. All right, mate. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks.
Yep.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
I can't help but admire.
Dude,
people who-
I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We're at
In
back.
game. I'm so glad that we got to the bottom of that because that sounded really
I'm looking forward to going back and watching that part of the podcast back of me and you going, what? Oh, Ruby, what a champion. All right, we're pulling in from the grave now. From the grave. G'day, Grave. How you going, mate?
Oh, shit.
Not going. Grave's not going. Oh, poops.
What up, gents? How y'all doing?
G'day. You there?
Oh, just solo queuing some elimination.
You solo queuing in elimination?
Yeah, just trying to, work on my trials game.
Oh, dude. That's a long road. Have you got a team? You got a regular squad that you play trials with?
Kinda. Some guys, mainly guys in my clan, but everybody kind of has stopped playing for the end of the season. They're just kind of done with it.
Yeah, it's a bit of a hard ask this late in the season, but dude, if you're trying to improve your game, the one thing I can suggest that's improved me out of sight is both playing with people that are better than me and playing with the same people all the time, because you just get to know each other's game. So I'd go for that.
Yeah.
They're my two rudimentary tips, tips for being less shit at trials.
That's why Log doesn't play with me because we never have time to play games together.
Yeah, it's sad. Big sad.
I have to work on not being the first to die, so that's my thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, that look, if you can blame someone else for your defeat, that's equally useful. So if you're not the first to die, you can just point the finger at someone else. That's wonderful. That's great.
Yep.
All right, so how have you felt about this season, man? And what would you like to see next season to really bring it home, to get Destiny back on the right track?
So my thing with this season, I felt pretty good about it. I only really get to play Friday, Saturday, and Sunday US.
Yep.
So somehow I got to 170 something season pass just playing those 3 days. So the grind wasn't like terrible for me, just doing bounties like to get the bunkers done and all that stuff and just playing what I normally do. So that was fine. The problem I'm having right now is the lack of meaningful content and meaningful gear. Like there's only so many times you can see the same edge transit and same weapons over and over again, and now we're going to sunset things with Bungie having zero track record so far in Destiny 2 of adding a meaningful amount of weapons. It just seems like it's a bad idea to me.
Yeah,
they haven't shown that they can put a solid amount of weapons, like a vendor refresh. They haven't shown they can do that in this game yet, and they want to start taking things away.
Yeah, I think that's
very smart to me.
It's a concern that I think a lot of the community share in terms of not only the things like vendor refreshes and whatnot, but how the weapons that they are going to reintroduce into the loot pool. They put that list out 2 weeks ago now of the guns that are going to come back around and be infusible up to max light, and how they curate that and all that sort of stuff. So I think there's a lot of information for that system that we don't have. I think I agree with it in premise, but the execution will be, the make or break.
Like I'm all about having to use new weapons, but when it's not really new, they're just kind of different, I guess.
Making you regrind it again.
And the other thing is exactly. And I saw something, I know Reddit is like a dumpster fire, but there was actually a quality post. There was actually a quality post on there about the guy was talking about perks that we had in Destiny 1. And he made an extremely valid point. Hung Jury did not have a perk that was a damage buff, like Kill Clip or Rampage, or a reload perk. And it was a god tier weapon.
Yeah, it was just a fucking good gun.
We don't have that. We don't have that in Destiny 2.
Yeah, it feels like we kind of flip between the two, right? You know, it's either damage perks or reload perks are specifically powerful.
Or range, depending what you're playing.
Yeah, true. Depending on what you're doing. I don't know. I think there's a lot to be done with the sandbox in that respect, and I think taking a lot of the problem weapons out of the loot pool in one big fucking swoop. I agree with that part of sunsetting, but I would be lying if I said that I wasn't concerned about how it'll impact people's time spent in the game going forward. So you're definitely not alone in that respect, Grave.
I hope the sunsetting is a big like a shake up, like a force to shake everything up, because now hopefully gives them freedom to do some more exciting things. Like the Seven Seraph stuff, I really like with the Warmind cells. I think they could have even taken it more. Like I think they could have really made it, you know, your combos trigger more with the Seven Seraphs, like the cells and stuff dropping from using those weapons. And like PvE could have been in a really good spot where you should be using those things and triggering those things. Like the whole little Warmind cell popping out of an enemy and you shoot it midair and like has an impact on that. It was just,
That's
I don't
fucking
know.
cool.
It was super cool.
Maddie, I'm
and
going to
I
be
think
100% honest with you. I didn't use those at all because
see, this is the thing.
My concern
How
was trying.
did you know
to
they were
get-
there or what?
I did know. No, I did know they were there. But when I look at the armor, I'm like, okay, what is going to help me? Like, when I look at the stats, right? And if I could use the good armor that I grinded for at the beginning of Shadowkeep and had all these great stats, and could use that armor with Season of Worthy mods, we're golden. But I've got to find another piece of. They made it a little bit easier with trying like the changing of the affinities.
Yeah.
Like how you could change that for maps.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it doesn't change the problem that you still have to find that piece of armor, or like you still have to find a piece of armor with the resilience, recovery, intellect, whatever you want. You still have to find it with the stats that you want as high as you can find them.
Yeah. So really, what you're saying is that at that point it's more or less like dumb luck whether you bump into that piece that you really need or not.
Right. I would love to have used those mods. Like they seem totally cool, but it didn't.
See, I didn't really play
There's a
lot of seasons because I was doing
disconnect
law, so
there.
all my armor is current, so I could equip all of those seasonal mods. And they still, I mean, they took a little bit of time to get the synergy with them, but you could definitely trigger those perks. I didn't really think about not being able to equip those seasonal mods. So that's a good point. And I wonder whether the fact that they're getting the retiring armor too makes me think that it's almost a solution to what you're saying in like a.
Well, they also changed it so that a full year, you'll be able to use a full year. Like everything from Shadowkeep up until the September release or whatever is going to be on the next set of armor, right? And then like year 4 will have a full set of year 4 armor that each season you'll be able to use those seasonal mods. So they're kind of fixing it, but right now it just doesn't. It's not worth it to me.
Yeah, it's a valid point. I think that's kind of been the saddest part of the last 2 seasons. Even the charge with light mechanic stuff from last season too, is that they've definitely made cool things and put them in the game, but it's like you can completely fucking ignore them. They don't have to interact with them at all. They're too easily sort of cast aside for the bigger picture. And I hope that they through the sunsetting sort of process really knuckle down on a system that allows people to integrate them into their builds a lot easier than they currently are.
You know what? And I actually think there needs to be an introduction. Like amongst the fucking 5,000 bounties we did, there should have been an introductory bounty quest that was like produce Warmind cells using Seraph weapons or something like that. So people actually looked at that early on, because I felt like it was slept on for quite a while or just ignored.
I think the other thing that they've done with those is like they kind of always have that, they're either PvE or PvP or like I think they could like nearly make it so that you could slot them for nothing, and they only really had an impact on PvE or whatever. Like I don't understand why we can't just have a seasonal mod slot that you can put anything in that doesn't cost anything. You can only put one in per piece of armor. And I think you'd end up with these like crazy PvE builds that ultimately have no real bearing on PvP, right? Like I think it'd keep raids and stuff. Well, no,
Well,
I mean
the thing
raids,
is, it's
but
going to become
strikes and
even
stuff
harder
fresh.
now. Like
Yeah.
what you're saying is actually going to be more of an issue with sunsetting because the amount of materials you have to put into
to something just to be able to use it.
Yeah, armor is definitely a bad thing, a bad decision for some. Like,
I mean, it's the one part of sunsetting that I'm most apprehensive about is the retirement of armor. But they've absolutely got to be able to hit the nail on the head with giving people the ability to find current armor to use if they're going to take old armor away. Most of my kit will go.
Yeah.
Like that's how close to it I am. Like most of my actual armor will go. So I think there's a lot yet to be fleshed out in terms of how the economy with that works. And we've been in some pretty shit spots with armor material economy in the past when we're talking about like cores and whatever, you know, around Season of the Drifter and all of that sort of stuff was particularly nasty. So I'd like to think there's been a lesson learned from that and that we can not find ourselves in a similar situation again. But yeah, thanks for coming in and just raising all the shit that we're apprehensive about, Graves. That was great.
I was gonna say on a lighter note, you know, I did really enjoy the kind of the direction it's going with the pyramid ships and Fellwinter's story and all that stuff. So I am looking forward to that next season. Like I hope that something comes of that. But I asked Maddie this on Twitter. My thing about the pyramid ships are coming. They're almost here. But we still have the overshadowing thing of like, you know, we still have two of Oryx's sisters. And if we're gonna go into fighting the darkness, like isn't that like the big bad? How do we like come to terms with, hey, we've got the darkness over here, but we've got these, you know, still powerful but lesser hive gods that we still have to deal with.
I don't know, man.
How they're gonna do that.
Yeah, I've been wondering how they're going to bring Savathun back.
Honestly,
all these threads going to come into this giant story arc, and then just be like end credits Destiny 3. Like I don't know.
But look, if we became chosen of the, I don't know, what's it fucking called? The winnower, the bad traveler triangle ships, whatever the fuck they are. If we become the chosen of them, right? Then basically the hive are just the fall.
Why Log doesn't do law?
Yeah, any fucking lore I know by osmosis for hanging out with Matt. That's it. But I don't know. I mean, there's ways to whether or not the darkness comes into it directly, which it definitely seems like it's going to. I think there's ways to tie those character arcs into that anyway. I don't think that we're sort of throwing the baby out with the bathwater, so to speak, with all of these stories we've been building up for years. I think if anything, they're kind of like background characters that this is a big change for the entire universe, and I suspect that it'll maybe force their hand a bit somewhat as well, or that's what they've planned. Anyway, Graves, thanks for jumping in and joining us today, and thanks, thanks for the.
I appreciate having me.
Yeah, no, anytime, dude. Anytime. We're gonna have to do this sort of stuff more often.
Yeah.
Cheers, mate.
Later.
Later. All right, we're gonna fucking up the pace a little bit here. We're gonna start ripping through some people. That's not a euphemism either. I want to try and get to everyone before we wrap up, and that is starting to look like.
I mean, yeah, I've just ordered my Uber Eats. Sorry, I was on my phone. I'm like, I'm starving.
Yeah, dude, I'm the same. I didn't eat before we started. Sleepy Shaman, wake the fuck up, mate. How you going?
Shaman, Bandoila.
Shaman, Bandoila.
Good day, mate.
G'day, mate. How you going? Can we get a?
I'm not Australian.
No, how do you pronounce your name? Just so we can decide whether I'm smarter than Matt or not.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch the first part because my stream was echoing.
No, you're fine. How do you pronounce your name? Is it Shaman or Shaman?
That's a good question.
Well, if you don't know, then we're both right. That's fine. We can move on with our lives.
Shaman's like a witch doctor. Am I not right?
Yeah, but it's also Shaman.
Yeah, it's from the World of Warcraft.
All right.
Shaman class.
Do you know anything about?
All right. Now I guess We're gonna exactly know what all of our comments are gonna be. All these World of Warcraft people, they're fucking either flaming
it's
me or
fine.
flaming Log.
Felicia's in chat fucking laying down the law saying that you're right, but I'm just going to say ban Doiler and we can move on. How have you found this season, Shaman? See, I got it right.
Well, I guess I haven't been listening to the streams because I was talking to the people here in the wedding room.
That's fine, man.
So
that's probably a good thing.
I don't know if. Yeah, I enjoyed the season, so I guess that's controversial at this point.
Well, look, I mean, it's horses for courses, mate. What did you enjoy most about this season? It's kind of refreshing to hear that, actually.
Well, I'm a kind of a solo player because most of my friends don't play Destiny, so I kind of enjoyed doing a lot of stuff alone, grinding the bunkers, for example.
Yep.
So I really enjoyed the challenge of grinding it's not the dungeons, it's the lost sectors, the legendary lost sectors.
Yep.
But it was kind of towards the end that I kind of managed to do that, because at the beginning I was just getting my ass kicked in both the public events and the legendary sectors. So I think one of the tips I heard say is that they didn't put in like a light level curve to ease the first public events.
Okay, yeah.
So it was kind of shitty at the beginning because you couldn't even do it.
Yeah, it was just too hard to be able to do. Yeah, for sure.
There was no one to do it
level.
with, and you couldn't really do it with a small team. So it kind of, I don't know. I guess nobody really did it because
I never got to your point. I sort of gave up. I never went back to them. I saw the light level, and I went and grinded other stuff. And by the time I was at that light level, my interest to do those legendary, they're bunkers, right? But they're called lost sectors. They're the ones in Rasputin's vault that you can click on after you clear the vault, right? But they're adventures.
Yes.
Is it? Wait, they're reskinned adventures, they're not, or there's something different? I never did them because I wasn't high enough, and then I gave up.
Oh,
they're
I think they're
adventures.
lost sectors, aren't they?
I don't know. I did one or two, and I might have been.
They're
at the time.
But they're orange beacon. They're like, I don't know. There's something funky with the symbols they use. They're like
legendary.
They're
lost
called
sectors.
legendary lost sectors, but they've got the adventure orange tag on them.
Yeah,
or something like that.
Right. I never thought about that.
Someone's testing if Matt plays the game. You've been outed.
Anywho, but you actually enjoyed because you did more, so it sort of just gave you something to grind through, really.
Yeah, but I really started enjoying it towards the end. The beginning was kind of really disappointing because to grind the what they're called, the bits.
Yeah, the warm
really,
bits. Yeah.
You can't really do anything at the beginning to grind them because you either, and plus I only play on one character, so I was kind of screwed there because it was kind of designed to play with multiple characters because the bounties. Yeah. So the beginning I did not enjoy, but towards the end it was, as you get the more bounties and the bunkers upgraded, you get more bits for just playing the game.
Yeah, I feel like they could have implemented that to a like lesser degree earlier on, and it would have made people invest in that a little bit more. Because I feel like I'm drowning in them now. But I, much like you, only play on my Titan, so I had stuff all of them to begin with, and it kind of made me go, oh well, like I really can't be asked. It's just it's too big of a deal. But dude, that's interesting. That the back end of the season for you has become a good time because you can get in and do a lot of this stuff without having to line up a team and, more importantly, rely on the game's matchmaking to be able to fill out the public events and stuff. That's interesting.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
no, I'm sorry, Matt. Go ahead.
No, you go. We talk for a whole hour and a half. You go.
Okay. So another thing I found really enjoyable now is the season mod, because you can really, once you've got all the bunkers and actually can use the mod, you can make some really nice builds. And I don't know. I really enjoy the fact that you can just grind through dungeons really quick with the
With
what
the
they're
mods.
called but what the balls called the
The Warmind cells.
Warmind cells. Warmind's nuts.
exactly. And I didn't even know until now that the different mod light elements affect the the Warmind cells differently. Like, for example, the arc ones allow you to pick the Warminds up.
Yep.
The I'm sorry, I'm kind of blanking because I'm a bit nervous, but
No, you're fine, mate. You're fine.
The void ones are like they affect the surrounding enemies or prolong the life of the Warmind cell so you can shoot it for longer. And the fire one is like you destroy it to
it
blow
goes off
everything up.
Goes like a bomb. Yeah. I think they were a cool mechanic that's been like kind of really underused. We were just sort of talking about that to our previous guest, that you can kind of go through and gloss over all that stuff and really not participate in it at all. And it's kind of a shame because there's no real tutorial or anything really pointing you in the direction of checking them out.
And what about like ways of grinding those? How do you? Where do you get seasonal mods from? Is it from anything?
No, you get them from unlocking them in the Warmind cell, don't you?
No.
But
I'm
talking
also,
about like I'm talking about the weapon mod.
Drop.
Oh right, yeah.
No, sorry, I'm talking about the armor mod that impacts your weapon. You know what I mean?
Seraph Towers.
Yeah,
No, but you can grind. You can grind a lot of things to get them, right?
I'm not sure whether
It's
there
not
was an
just
unlock through the course of building up the thing that made them come from each.
No, you know what I'm talking about. So in your armor, the actual Warminds, the season mod that goes in there that says produce, on arc hits, you get Warmind cells.
Yep.
Can you only get them from towers? Because I thought you can get them from anywhere.
You can unlock 2 from each bunker and 3 from your first 3 clears on each tower. I don't know. I've done none of it. That's what I'm saying. You can. It's kind of sucks because you can just completely gloss over it and not do it. So if you give me the path of least resistance, I will take it 100% of the time. There you go. 3 months of mistakes. I'm a simpleton. Thank you for that, son. Trains.
Sleepy Shaman. We always do the opposite when someone comes in. So most of our guests have stopped playing. So we've asked them what we need to get them back. You've enjoyed playing, so we'll ask you what would be your suggestions to improvement. Is it just that first stage of getting the ball rolling a bit quicker, or do you have other improvements as well?
No, actually, I kind of stopped playing this week. So I think
he's out too.
The problem is so the problem I think is not only that it takes a long time to get to enjoy this season. Once you get the ball rolling, so to say,
that's really true.
You start getting
really true.
You start getting to grind the bits and unlock stuff. But once you do, there's basically nothing to do.
Yeah, there's nothing to chase once you get to that point.
It's really hard to get to a certain point. Then you start unlocking everything like crazy because you're swimming in bits, and then suddenly it grinds to a halt. So I think it's kind of weird because they managed to fuck up the beginning and also the end. So it should have been like, I don't know. My suggestion would have been to stretch it out a little bit.
Yeah,
maybe make the costs for the unlocks higher, but make them more useful at the beginning.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Kind of keep grinding a bit.
Sleepy, where's your accent?
Yes.
Are you Swedish?
Oh boy. Okay. It's kind of hard to explain.
Oh well, what I wanted to say was
So
that, like, you're doing a fantastic job. Is English your first language, or how many languages? Because
nope.
look, I want to say Australians speak one language, we suck, and you're coming in here doing a fantastic job on a podcast. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay. So how much time do I have to explain?
Give it a minute. bullet
Get a
points.
minute.
Okay,
go.
I'll try. So my parents are from Germany,
Yep.
Right.
but I was born in a country called Paraguay in South America.
In Paraguay. Yep.
But I'm currently living in Brazil.
Oh man,
So
that's rad.
And English is not my first and not my second language. It's actually it's my third, I think.
Yeah, so that's what
Wow.
Matt was saying, in that, like, in
Yeah,
Australia,
that's what I was trying to get to.
we speak
That's what I was trying to
English, and we don't even do that particularly well. So for you
Yes.
to be on here probably saying things more eloquently than we are in your third language is pretty impressive, man. And I want to say thanks for jumping in and
Yeah, dude,
and
big
doing that, because that can't be easy. But mate, you made it look that way. Thank you very much.
No, thank you guys for having me here. It's an honor.
A dubious one, but we'll take it. Thanks, man.
Thanks, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Man, we are useless, hey.
Every time, honestly, he sounds like, because I've got a lot of Swedish supervisors for my PhD, and he sounds like my supervisor just called in.
Matt was like, "Oh, I've not been doing my work again. All right, we're gonna get Pat Garcia in here. Holy shit." Pat, how you going? Pat, how you going? That's me.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, dude.
Hello?
I can hear me too. It's like I answered myself. I'm fucking scared. Have you got a log power slave in a cage in your house?
Oh shit, I can barely hear you. Hold on.
Yeah, all right.
Hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yep, can hear you
Okay.
fine. Yep, beautiful. How you going, mate?
I'm good. How's it going?
Yeah, good, man. Good. How have you found this season, dude? What's news? Are you enjoying it? You're not enjoying it? What's been going on?
Around I'm gonna say no. Around the first few weeks of playing the first season, I'm just like, no, I'm good. So, yeah, just I don't know. I think just the whole fact, the whole bounty fest, just kind of like deterred me from keep going and playing the game. So, yeah, it was mostly that. I think.
I like an answer to you enjoying it, not enjoying it? No. I'm gonna summarize.
Dude, I can respect a guy that gets straight to the point. I'm not here to fuck spiders. No, I haven't had a great time.
All right, thanks. Next time, no. Yeah, I think people have really felt the bounty. So, what would you want to see? What version of Destiny, or what release has kept you engaged for the longest? Like, if you can repeat one season, which season would you repeat?
Ooh, it would probably have to be the Forsaken season, like the when Forsaken just first came out, because it was just like balls to the wall. Like there's so much stuff you could do, and like in a bit of going into the Dreaming City. So it was like, and for me, I came in and kind of blind, and so I didn't know anything about the Dreaming City until like I finished the campaign. I was like, oh shit, what is this place? So then I was like, further more stuff to explore, right? And then just I guess with the lore side too, like just getting into the lore of like the Woken, and I was curious about how they kind of came about, because like back in D1, the only thing I knew was basically that they were a mesh between the light and dark, but like how did that happen? So I like the fact that they actually kind of addressed that and
It
kind of
answered
give clarity.
a lot of questions, Forsaken.
Yeah.
I feel
So-
like I sort of set you up there for probably not the question I was trying to answer, because I think the September releases are always really good. Do you have like a release that is, what do we call them? Mid releases, you know, the quarterlies between the Forsakens, the Taken Kings, and the Shadow Keeps.
Yeah, it's kind of an unfair comparison. Yeah, fair enough.
It's like, you
Yeah.
know, Shadow Keep, great. Forsaken, great. Taken King, great. Like, it's always the bits in between. Like, do you have? And I don't think we can't get a Forsaken every season. So, has there been another season that you found enjoyable?
Can I be blunt and say no?
I mean, you can.
Well, no, that's fine. Like, that's
fine.
the issue, right? Everyone gets hooked on the
big
I don't
shit.
feel like they've. I don't think they've hit their stride yet with the in between seasons.
Yeah, because like when I was playing Forsaken, I was like going in like balls to the wall, and then you hit the lull, right? Everyone hits the lull, and then the mid season starts, and like half of them are like, eh, and I was in the other side of just like, I'm good, I'm gonna play other games or like do other stuff. So it's that sort of that keeping that momentum going. I think for them is just they're still trying to figure it out. So
How they keep that momentum, What about
it's hard.
Menagerie? Because what that was season of
Opulence.
Yep. Right.
Yeah,
Did
the Menagerie was actually
tickle your fancy?
fun. Yeah, the Menagerie was actually fun because like I actually there was one game where I actually got like 5 beloveds all once. I was like, oh shit.
Disgusting.
None
That's
of
why
I
they're
don't think
nerfing
any
the
of them
shit
were
out
god
of it.
rolls, though. I don't think any of them were god rolls though. So
Yeah. I think
But,
like
yeah.
I think that's been the best seasonal content release yet. Which gives me hope for this back end season, because it was the last season of last seasonal pass year, right? Like, so technically we're coming into the same point now.
Season of Dawn was good too, don't you think?
I don't think Season of Dawn was bad. I think it was a little bit. It was better than Season of whatever the Vex thing was. That was pretty light, but it was also paired with Shadowkeep as a thing. So a different kettle of fish yet again. Pat, how's your art going, mate?
It's going good. Currently working on one sort of other piece that I'm doing. It's a bit of a Titan piece where I think the previous ones I did a sort of mash amalgamation of an anime with Destiny.
Yep.
So the anime is Fate Stay Night / Fate Zero, and then so I'm basically mashing up a character that would match well with like a subclass. So like you got a character who was an archer, so obviously I'm gonna make him a hunter. So there's one character I'm gonna make. He's gonna be the Titan. So I'm gonna be trying to make that as soon as I can, because the amount of work. I mean the frequency in which I pump out art is not as fast as most people, because for me, like outside of this, I have like 2 jobs, so like I'm kind of grinding my way outside of the art. So then whenever I have free time, and that goes to the thing too, like when I have free time, I got a choice: Destiny or art.
Yeah.
So I lean towards the art than playing Destiny. So yeah, and that's another thing why I haven't really played as much Destiny recently.
Have you considered taking up residence in a Lawmaster's basement to up your art output?
I tell you what, mate, I've got an apprenticeship with you. Not in my basement. It's the basement of the basement. It's fucking Gamma Trap's basement.
It's a fucking coal mine.
That will get you going.
I don't know. It depends on how
art for food.
How good the smell is there.
I thought you said it was Pat, but I didn't hear it, so I didn't know. Yeah. Hey, Pat, how you doing, mate?
Yeah, Matt can't see the Discord, which is probably the shit part of this. Is that I can, Matt.
I can't see the Discord, so I thought you said Pat came in, but I didn't quite know, Matt. You do great work. Just keep it up. I know it's a grind. You do awesome work. Go follow Pat. Was it Pat Garcia, right, on Twitter?
Yeah. What's your handle?
Yeah, Pat Garcia on Twitter. So basically, Pat Garcia, but just remove the A because some fucker already took that. So,
Yep. Righto. There we go. All right, man. Thanks for jumping in. You're a champion.
Yeah. All right. Thanks a lot. See you guys.
Thanks, mate.
See you, mate.
See ya.
Sorry, man. We got caught up in the whole the sound not working properly, and I probably didn't make it clear who we were talking to. Oh, terrible. All right. Okay, we're pulling
How
in.
many we got left?
We got 3 left.
Beautiful.
3. Here we are. Hyper Jimsky, welcome to the Destiny Down
Hello.
podcast. How you going, mate?
Not too bad.
Not
It's
too
nearly
bad.
5 a.m. now.
Why are you awake? Or have you just woken up?
Oh, I'll tell you why
I
he's
haven't
awake,
just
because he needs to
woken
tune
up.
into his,
I've been.
he needs to tune into Marlon
given-
game streams.
That's exactly why. That's why my sleeping schedule's still shit. It's,
So you're ruining your own health watching Matt play fucking Tarkov. This
Yeah,
is just
it's fun to
you're
watch,
no
though,
longer a
but
guest on our
can't deny it.
podcast. This has just turned into a fucking intervention, right? I'm worried about you.
Hold on a second. Do you know how outnumbered you are? How many law hobbits have we had into the podcast today? I know they haven't said it out loud, but they've been dropping law cues the whole fucking time.
It's not that. It's the Tarky. Who would stay up all night watching you play Tarky? That's why I'm worried.
Alright.
Nah, how you going, mate?
Well,
How have you found this Destiny season?
Start of it was shocking. Like until recently, I hadn't done any of the bunkers.
Yep.
And now I finished Earth, halfway through Moon. I ain't gonna be able to do IO. I ain't but I just didn't see the point because what really does it bring to the story? Like, oh, I'm gonna go upgrade some bunkers to do nothing.
Yeah, it feels a bit hollow.
Yay. Yeah. Like the Fellwinter quest, love that. Apart from the bug part, but even then, I wasn't too annoyed because it's like, well, has this happened before? Probably. Yeah.
No,
Just
it's
let it
game
go on.
development. It's game development. I mean, the Destiny community always takes these things so well. So we just,
Yeah.
we're all patient and just sit here and Bungie will fix it in due course. Nothing to get upset about. So,
yeah.
What are you looking forward to with next season? Is there anything you'd like to see come our way in particular?
Like to see, like in the terms of more Guardian involvement, because at the moment with this season it's just more Anna, Rasputin, Zavala. That's it. We're just like a sideline character rather than being the protagonist, which we're meant to be. Because all the cutscenes we had this season weren't to do with us, so it's just Zavala.
Yeah, I feel like we've kind of,
Yeah.
I feel like we've kind of slipped off that since probably Forsaken, right? Like,
Yeah, 'cause
we kind of came back into it a little bit with Shadowkeep. In terms of, like us being in the pyramid ship at the end, talking to us and all that sort of stuff.
Couple lines.
Yeah, actually, saying words and that sort of stuff. But really, since then, we've been mute for the past 9 months. So, I totally get where you're at. I can feel
like
that.
with the season with Dawn, when we finally Saint finally come back, I was expecting to see us greet him at the gate, but that didn't happen. I thought, we'll go collect Saint, take him back to the tower, and show him around, or because it's changed since he's seen it. But that didn't happen. He just kind of showed up. He just kind of found his own way back.
Flew his fucking ship into the building. Here I am.
Roll
out some
found the
carpet.
bus. It's like, I'm away.
I just imagine his entry just flying into the hangar, smashing everything, explodes, ghost reses him. He's like, oh, where am I? This is the tower.
This has changed. What the fuck?
I don't remember this being here. I used to have a tree there. It's gone.
So you liked Fellwinter's Light. I think a lot of people enjoyed that. You also felt like the start of the season was probably either not too difficult, not enough reward, a bit of a grind, but you feel like it picked up a bit.
Yeah, I always think the start of the season was just so underwhelming with what we were meant to, like the includement of the Almighty was the hype not hype, but what we had expecting for it and what we got was completely two different levels. Because you'd expect it to be like keep going back to it rather than no, we just completely skipped it and now we've gone somewhere else. Because it wasn't until recently where it finally got involved again, when it showed up on Titan, or you can kind of see it on Titan.
Yeah, and if you stare into the sun, I don't know. That's a great thing that we should be encouraging the community to do. I mean, you can fucking hardly see it at all in PC because of the lighting engine. But yeah,
Just turn the brightness down. You'll be fine.
All right, I'm gonna try that tonight, just based on your recommendation. Brightness down, turn down the sun. That'll do.
So what do you want to see? What do you want to see next?
Probably just mainly just more Guardian involvement, like with cutscenes and that sort of thing. I know it takes forever to do them because you've got to like run all the code and all that to generate your Guardian in a cutscene, but I think it's just you don't really feel involved with the current story.
Yeah, I think people are pretty disconnected from this current story. Yeah, and that's what we're sort of talking about when we see the Almighty cutscene or activate Rasputin's defenses, just to feel a bit more involved with it. Yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah, because even like with the so-called Guardian stuck on the Almighty, like if it becomes like we were the Guardian stuck on it, then the amount of
Oh yeah, what was that? I saw
then
Bife made a video about it, but I didn't watch it. Quickly
What,
tell
out
me.
of
Maybe I can
spite?
make a video from it.
We don't watch Bife here. Only mine.
It's a naughty word. It's a naughty word in this household. No, what's this idea about a Guardian stuck on the Almighty?
Supposedly, there's some Guardian stuck on the Almighty, and in the waiting room, we were all saying, "What if it's Shin Malfa stuck there?"
Yeah,
But where did it come
didn't
from? I haven't read
Didn't he
this.
jump into like a warp drive thing in the guts of the Almighty that drives it, and he jumped into it, and it's like time stops in there or some shit. So he's technically like just trapped in time. That's who you're referring to, is it not?
Wait, is this old? Is this this is a bunch of old lore, right? Well, what book is this from?
I have no idea. I haven't read any of them. I just show up, have fun. That's it. wait to
Man.
live.
You know
My
what, man? You
man.
know what? I like it, and I'm glad that you came on because I think you're the only person I've ever stumped with a law question. So there you go. You can take that
I
dubious
paid
honor.
I paid somewhat attention. I don't retain anything anymore.
Yeah, that's it.
In one ear out the other at this point.
Yeah, I feel it.
I
I'm
hear.
the same. I'm much the same. All right, Jimsky, thanks for jumping in and joining us today, mate.
That's
It's been
all
a
right.
pleasure.
Thank you very much for having me.
No
I
worries,
say,
mate.
mate.
Have a good one.
Hey,
Have a good one.
Yeah, we're going to dig out that story now because it's interesting. I wonder if the thing crashes that the Guardian will get out, be able to be raised. Eh? All right. We're going to pull in Pokemon Kid. Pokemon Kid, hello. Are you there?
Hello, are you there?
Oh,
No,
yeah,
it's
I'm
me
here.
again.
No, it's me again.
You're going to need to turn down your
You don't need to turn down your
log power slave.
log power.
Hello?
What are you turning
Hello?
on? Can you hear me?
No. Yeah, I'm still there.
Yeah, I'm still there.
turn off the podcast.
Turn off the podcast.
Oh, is that what I sound like?
Oh, is
Yeah.
that what I sound like? Yeah.
Yeah.
Podcast ain't rolling. I'm like,
Hello? Oh, no. We lost Pokemon Kid. I think it was the wrong franchise anyway. That is what you sound like, Matt. And it's hard every week.
How do people listen to that?
I know, right?
My God.
Yeah, it's brutal. Hello? All right, we got Pokemon Kid. Hello. We're going through the technical difficulties. We've done really well this podcast, I think, up to this point. But there's a bit of echo here. Pokemon, are you there? No, we might come back to Pokemon. We'll
Come back,
Yeah,
man.
we'll come back. We'll give you a minute to sort it, and we'll come back. All right, we're gonna pull in Ambi next, and I think Ambi's our last. I think, unless Sass tells me otherwise. I hope Ambi's ready because she, Hello.
Hello.
G'day. How you going?
Hey, it's pretty good here. Pretty hot, but it's Texas, so.
Yeah, right. So you're melting, mate.
I feel like
Yeah.
we've attracted Texans and the UK for some reason.
They're our people, man.
And they are people. And
I think
they
they are our
the
people.
Australian equivalent.
It's is Texas the Australian equivalent in America? Probably. Like somewhere Texas and Florida, I reckon.
Texas or Florida would be the Australian equivalent.
If Texas and Florida had a baby, it would be Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how you going anyway? How you going anyway, Amby? How have you found this season, mate?
And this season has been an off and on for me. The South Towers and Bunkers been a bit of a painful grind for me.
Yeah, they've been a bit full on. A big ask for not much reward.
Yeah. Yeah. And also.
And so, what is it? Just the bounties that really got you?
Yeah. Not really the bounties, but more the repetitiveness of the South Towers itself. I guess after a while,
Right.
and also the fact it's open world, which helped and hold itself. Because sometimes you'll be waiting for people to come, you're just by yourself for a while, and you need to do it. It's like, well then.
Right.
And
so, what would help it? Like, what would you want to expect for the next season? What would make it feel a bit better?
That's this season. For something like South Towers, I get is make you get. I'm not entirely sure how they would go about doing this, but make it so if they do something like the South Towers again, make it so you are more likely to go into instance where something's already going on.
Yeah, I think that was a big
With
issue
more
with
people.
So matching.
That would help people. I think it would help a lot of people with the South Towers that at least have been playing like me, which is mostly solo, which actually has been completely solo since Forsaken. I've been basically running solo.
Yeah, I mean that's Destiny. Like, there's so many different ways to play, and so many, like a lot of people are in there, grinding solo. I rarely ever do anything by myself, so I guess in a way it's really hard to cater to that many kind of things all at one time. But I do very much agree that if they could resolve the matchmaking side of it and put people together, I think we'd get a much better result out of things like the Seraph Towers.
Yeah. Sometimes I think it would go a lot faster if people would match make into that. It's a small problem, but I feel like that might help it along ways, even though it does get repetitive after quite quickly.
Do you think? All right. So next season, is there anything you're excited about seeing? Is there any characters or story parts that you'd like to see pop up next season?
Well, finally, having an actual face before the darkness, like having an actual species or face for the darkness, our greatest, what's supposed to be our greatest enemy in Destiny.
My man, I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
To be honest, I am going to be waiting for the boss, or whenever we will have to fight someone that I've been waiting for a while, the Formless one in particular.
Yeah.
I am kind of hoping he will be fighting him, or he will show up after a while. I am not sure about that, but you hope.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we see what happens. But if we do, we're going to need to encounter an entire different enemy race to be able to get to their bosses, more or less. So I reckon if I had to bet on it, I reckon you probably see something more like that come the big fall DLC release. I think that'll probably be where we're at.
With the fall release, I don't think we will see like someone like the Formless one.
If we ever fight the darkness, it needs to be on the level of Oryx.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was probably the best embodiment of a villain that we've probably seen.
Yep.
Yeah, Oryx was by far one of the best villains from Destiny's history.
Absolutely. All right, Amby. Well, thanks for jumping in today and having a chat. And
all right.
We hope that you get what you're looking for out of future Destiny seasons, mate.
Yeah, they'll good suggestions.
And hopefully, I actually find a proper clan.
Hey, here's a yes question. If we don't get darkness, would you accept a Siva enemy? Yes or no?
Ooh, Seaver has been hinted at, especially in Ethos Black. But
yes or
Seaver's a
no?
possibility, but
Spoken
depends
like
on
a
how they do
true,
it.
spoken like a
Depends on
true
how they
fan of
do
the
it.
law.
Will
Answering your
they
questions.
actually be their own thing, or will they be a species infected with it, like they did with
No,
the
like
fallen
fallen
spice
splices.
bugs?
Like, would you be happy to see fallen
Then-
splices again?
Not really.
There you
Okay,
go.
there you go. It's a no.
All right, Envy. Thank you very much for jumping in.
Thanks, mate.
See ya. Nice talking to you.
See you, mate.
All right, we're gonna give Pokemon Kid a second shot. All right, ready? Pokemon Kid, hello.
Okay, can y'all hear me better now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Technological hurdles have been jumped. Welcome to the podcast, mate. How are you?
I'm actually doing pretty good.
Good. Good. What's have you felt about your destiny over the last however long, 3 months? You feeling good? You feeling bad? You feeling a bit indifferent?
I feel okay. I mean, it's been fine up to this point, but when this point kind of came, it's kind of just gone down.
Yeah, that's
Or
faded.
if you know,
So, what do you want to see out of future seasons to really right the ship?
best I could just say, I mean, they just need to go ahead and bring the biggest content in just to save their butts, if I can put it like that.
So, you think they've got to pull out all stops for the next couple of seasons to really win everyone back over?
Yeah, because right now I've noticed that their player base is just declining of all the veterans. They might be getting new people in at the same time, but the veteran majority is leaving already because of how much people are just losing interest in it.
I think we do see this sort of stuff cyclically in Destiny anyway. I mean, like even from the perspective of us as a podcast, like our audience fluctuates based on how well Destiny's doing at any given time. So this is always the hardest part of the year because we've come out, we're at the furthest point we can be from a previous big DLC before we get the tease for the next one. So this right now is it. This is as shit as it ever gets. So I get that people are like jumping out and finding different things to do, and I think that's healthy to an extent. But I do agree. I feel like there's going to need to be big changes to win a lot of those people back over.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I can say this too, that I mean, it's okay to go play some other games too, because Destiny shouldn't just be the main game you play the whole time.
Yeah, we're a bit.
Experience playing some other games too.
What else have you been playing, man? What have you been jumping into?
I play Minecraft, Monster Hunter, sometimes Call of Duty.
Look, I'm looking at Mylan Games' face. He's trying to. I can tell he's got that. I'm going to try and recruit this person to Tarkov face. If you tried Tarkov, I'm going to do his job for him. If you tried Tarkov, would you consider Tarkov?
What is it?
Yeah, it's just a bad game, really.
Oh.
No, you can, Matt. Go on, Matt. Sell it. Let's go on. Yeah.
No, you've ruined it. I'm not selling it. Look, I think no, I'm not. No, Escape from Tarkov. I like it. Maybe watch a couple of videos, see what you think.
Yeah. No, that's. I mean, I think a lot of us are in that same sort of situation. I've been playing. I'm only playing a few days a week at this point. Like I play when I stream, and that's about it. So I'm not burnt out, and I'm kind of lucky in that. But I understand that, burnout's pretty fucking wild.
Oh yeah, especially the bounty grind. The bounty grind was just unreal to see. Just to level up and get the bits was just hard as is. If they would have put some more effort into it on the other than bounties to get the bits, we made it just a little bit easier and more fun to grind out.
Yeah, I think it was kind of a perfect storm in that respect this season. In that the activities weren't particularly engaging, and the bounties themselves were particularly grindy, drawn out, and not particularly interesting. So, there's definitely some key learnings in there for our good friends over at Bungie. But thanks for jumping in and joining us today, Pokemon Kid. I'm sorry we had the issues first off, but I'm glad we got you in the end.
So, also, I was gonna say, for cheaters, they need to IP ban instead of just temporary banning them.
I mean, that opens up the whole possibility of like VPNs and all that sort of shit. Any cheat is one thing that I don't think any of us particularly understand well enough to be getting into being critical of, but it's sorely needed in Destiny, and I think we all know that. So totally agree.
I went to school for IT, so I've got a little understanding of it.
Yep.
Nice.
All right,
Very
mate. Well,
nice.
thank you very much for jumping in and getting involved, and we hope you back roaring in Destiny next season.
Oh, definitely will be, man.
Cheers, man.
Thanks, dude. Bye.
All right, we've got one more private pank. We're gonna rip in, jump straight in, and then we're done. So thanks everyone for hanging out. If you've been here for a while and waited your turn patiently to jump in and have a chat, that's fucking unreal. Private pank, how you going, mate?
Good day, buddy. Thanks for letting me on. Appreciate
No,
it. Big fan.
You're right, mate. You're right. Well, that's cool. How you going?
I'm right. What's good, mate? How are you guys going? You good?
Yeah, we're good.
I'm fine. I'll be honest. I'm starting to fade. I need
Yeah,
food
you are.
bad.
That's weird. Yeah. Panky's the last one, mate, because Matty's gonna get fucking hungry, thirsty over there. I can see it in his eyes. He's ready to kill.
I've been up since 4 a.m. Right, I'm starting to fade.
Start to fade. All right, how have you found this season, mate? And what are you looking forward to going forward?
It's been all right. Like for the most part, I get people are pretty upset. Like if you've ever read Reddit and see all the Karens complaining.
The Karens.
Yeah. Like in the grand scheme of things, when like we compare it to especially like Taken King and like after that how we had nothing, I'd prefer this.
Yeah,
especially.
Yeah.
But I'd rather like them bring something like the Vision of Confluence back or something like that, and do when they do their solar weeks and things like that, and their arc weeks, bring back a Fatebringer or something. I don't know, just reuse assets in a good way, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think that's always a debate in the Destiny community. Is that like some people see reused assets and they get the shits, and the rest of us sort of get all nostalgic and love it. So I think if they set the precedent strong, they've done it now with Fellwinters. If they could go back and be doing that with a couple of guns every season and maybe throwing a little bit of lore, especially the Vex weapons, especially Fatebringer and stuff like that,
100%.
People would be fucking rabid for it. I would be personally. I love those guns, and I think it'd be a pretty welcome addition to be able to do that. Have you got your Fellwinters, mate?
Yeah, I do, mate. I was there when it was bugged and freaking out, going, there must be some secret to it. Just running around everywhere, shooting walls and crap.
Yeah, the secret was in the coding.
Yeah. The biggest lie was that the quest was going to work.
There you go. So you enjoying that? You enjoying the gun? I haven't used it, honestly.
I got the lore and was just like, okay, I'm done. I go into the classic mix and get destroyed by everyone. Regardless of how I play, and then it's just like, no.
Yeah, well, you
Same
don't
with
need to.
It's been pretty lackluster.
Yeah.
Like the intentions were there, I think, from Bungie. It's just hopefully this new expansion or whatever's coming out, really revigorates the love.
How do you feel about the changes going forward, man? Like the sunsetting and that stuff.
I'm fine with it. I think people need to just grow up, honestly, about that sort of topic. Some people just don't understand it's still being in the game, right? It's not getting removed. And just if you're wasting all your resources and economies like masterworking armors in the stupidest crap, like just get ready for like a new change, new metas. Like if you enjoy the game, it's something you should respect and want to do, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's a lot of merit in what they're trying. I understand what they're trying to do, and I think that it's ultimately philosophically a good idea. I think, as we've said a couple of times already, the only thing that any of us are scared about is the execution of it, and it could go wrong, and things have in the past. But yeah, absolutely. So, all right, mate. Well, thanks for jumping in. We might wrap it up there because I can see Matt's just like he's ready to just devour something. Look at his face.
Oh, I'm so hungry. I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine.
The last two guests coming in the stream.
And enjoy yourself. Well earned.
Well earned. Go and have a feed. What have you ordered anyway from Uber Eats?
I've got some Japanese there, some teriyaki salmon.
You've got it. You've actually got it in your house.
Yeah, that's what the door was. That's why I ran off before.
Why don't you just eat it?
Because I didn't want to be rude.
Well, you're being rude anyway. I'd like you to apologise to Pank, please. Just say sorry.
Hey, Matt, super quick. Your next subscriber goal, can you grow a mullet? Is that possible?
10K. For 10K, you'll grow a mullet.
Yeah. The thing is, if that's my job, yeah, I'll do anything. Like, that's fine. It's an issue when like it's not my job and I have to leave my house. That's an issue.
No, we'll wear it loud and proud.
Yeah, maybe.
Hair. I got a full head of hair. I could grow hair.
Yeah,
I know what's business.
he's got thick and lush hair. He will.
I could grow a mullet.
Mullet for the ages. Maybe we should just both grow a mullet. I reckon I'd look particularly disgusting with a mullet.
Oh yeah, it's definitely
right.
the Destiny podcast.
Yeah, we'll just drink tinnies of VB every fucking show and swear at everyone. It'd be great. No, it would be very friendly for the international audience. All right, Pank, thanks for jumping in, mate. It's been a pleasure chatting to you.
Guys. Stay safe.
Cheers, mate.
Oh,
Bye.
thanks, mate. Bye.
I think that went all right, Matty. What do you think?
I think it's a great avenue for people to not necessarily vent, but just feel like they're heard. I think that was I did a Clippy stream, and people just said like thanks for being heard, and I think that's a really good thing to do in the community is to give people a platform to be heard on, because a lot of the time they feel like they've got no way to communicate with Bungie and talk about those things. I think it's also really good from the point of view when you actually start a conversation, because the thing is that anyone can post I've uninstalled Destiny, but they often probably never get the next question, which is why.
Yeah.
And I think you can't get there unless you have a conversation. And so what happens is, we've allowed that today. And I'm hoping people that watch this will actually ask themselves that question more. And I think it's actually quite positive for developing how to improve or what you would like to see. Because I think sometimes we get caught up in the now when we don't try to envision the future. And when you don't think about what you actually would make you happy is sometimes an odd question for people. I think we probably stumped a lot of people when we asked what would make you happy.
Yeah, what do you actually want? like no holds barred. What do you want? And it's not an easy.
It's a good exercise to do. It's a really good exercise to do. Because it puts you in a positive frame of mind about what you would like, and tries to make you think about what could be some constructive criticism.
Absolutely. And I think it's something that we'll endeavor to do more often, because we've probably dropped the ball on this for the last year or so. It's been something that we haven't really, really dusted off. But I've had a good time today, and I enjoy getting in and having a chat to everyone, and getting to hear the voices of the people that we see pop up in chat and support the living shit out of us. So if you're listening to this or watching this down the line, we're sorry we can't do this 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, because Matt gets fucking hungry. But We'll maybe give everyone a bit more notice to when we do the next one, so that if you normally just a listener, you can jump into the live stream and have a chat, because we absolutely want to include as many people as we can. But I guess that's it. Until next week, I'm sure we're going to know a hell of a lot more about where we're headed in Destiny. So it's exciting times and plenty to be looking forward to. And we can leave Season of Worthy, behind us. It's a chapter and lessons learned nonetheless. So we're going to raid now. And we're going to piss off. Maddie, where will the law find people this week?
The law will find you in the bottom of a teriyaki salmon bento box that's sitting out there getting cold because you're doing a fucking podcast. Sorry, I'm hangry. I'm sorry.
Look at his fucking face. Holy shit. All right. See you next week. Bye. Hang around for the raid.
Bye.
Peace. Bye.